Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here at Craufurdland Castle, just not too far from Glasgow. I'm here with the Lord of the Castle, Simon Hewson Crawford, right?
That's correct.
And so we're going to talk to Simon about this wonderful castle, and it has so much history. And you can actually send your clients here, and really they will customize a visit. And it really is one of the great castles around here. And so we're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Simon, first of all, you just gave us an amazing tour. There's so much history here. It's incredible. Your family has really been associated with this castle since what year?
We've been here since 1245.
Only 1245. I don't know.
I know. A quarter to one is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about nearly 800 years ago.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Now, so really, and from the beginning, you've been associated with royalty, with kings, because the reason the family even got this castle was one of your ancestors did a good deed for one of the kings of Scotland and England, right?
Yeah, we've got lots of different connections with the royal family, whether it be James V, Queen Mary of Scots, George IV, Charles I. I don't know, that sounds like I'm bragging, but we do have a lot of amazing stories about all of our connections, as well as with other famous Scots. Robert Burns.
Well, we're going to get into the Burns story because we're here in Burns country, and there's a lot of you have a lot of stuff with Burns as well, right?
Yes, we do indeed. We have an original letter from Burns that was went on for him to write a full poem called Grizzle Grim, which is a very amusing story about a lady whose cows are defecating where she doesn't want them to.
We heard that story. That was an interesting. We know a lot of Burns, in fact. But so you have that, and you'll actually do Burns readings here at the castle for guests, right?
Yes, I can. We've got a couple of local people who are incredibly good at doing some Burns recitals. It won't be me doing the recitals. I'm not an expert in that, but yes, we arrange that as well.
But you have this wonderful library behind me of all these incredible books with your family's history, with Burns, with everything else. So you have a lot of connections here. And a visit to this castle isn't really complete without, hearing all the stories, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The library is an amazing resource for us. We've got over 3,000 books. The oldest book is from 1515, but it covers every subject you can imagine. It's fully catalogued, so we can search. So if people have a particular interest, we can try and kind of hone in on that. But yeah, there are endless numbers of stories, both silly and interesting, that we can regale to people.
Now, can you stay at the castle, or is it just for day visits? Right?
We have accommodation in the castle, so we have a 16 or Sleep 16 6-bedroom exclusive use. Half of the castle is used for. But what we also do is we can do afternoon teas, we can do a hosted dinner, and for larger groups we also have a restaurant on the estate which can cater up to 100 people, and we can do historical talks to groups of any size that are catered within that. And then also we can do a walking tour around the outside of the castle.
But you can also cater to the interests of the group, because you can talk about history of Burns, you can talk about the history of Scotland, England. I mean, you just talked about the history of people who were executed during certain periods of history where they were on the wrong side, and you were intimately part of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, with Bonnie Prince Charlie, the Battle of Culloden, that kind of side of things. Yes, we've got some really incredible stories. Going back that full 800 years, and we can actually trace ourselves back to a Danish prince called Thorlongus, who was at the Battle of Hastings. So we can go fairly far back.
Now, how long have you actually worked and owned the castle?
So I grew up here, so this is my home. I'm sad to say I'm now 52, so I've been here for 52 years. When I turn 73, we reckon we'll been here for a full 800 years.
Well, I think you said, sorry, your wonderful wife who's here, and you decided that you were going to restore the castle instead of going to Venice, where she wanted to go, which I love that story. And then you finally did get to Venice, right?
Yeah, we did get to Venice. I promised we would go for our 10th anniversary. We went on the 20th.
A little
bit later. But that was in a great trip as well, because we went and found my great-great-grandfather's grave, which is in St. Michael's Island, the cemetery in Venice. So even the strangest of connections.
Now, where can our travel advisors out there go in terms of website, things like that, to learn more about the castle and also connect with you to maybe book a group here?
Well, you can find us on the Visit Scotland site, but also you can come directly to us. We have a trade-only page on our website, which is craufurdland.co.uk/trade, and they can find us there.
Well, you got to spend the whole day here because you have some incredible stories. We got a real short visit here because we were with the trade group and you're trying to explain what the possibilities are. But boy, I could sit here for hours and hear both your regaling about the history here in Scotland, about Robert Burns, about this marvelous castle. It just has so much history, and really this is the place you got to get your clients to come. So thank you very much for spending some time with us today and inviting.
Quickly, to also just mention, we also do outdoor activities, so we can also offer something like archery on the front lawn.
Yeah, which you are actually a pretty good archer.
I would take the archery lessons as well. Yeah, as a member of the Royal Company of Archers as well. So we even have connections to the current monarchy as well.
Well, so you got ropes course, you got all kinds of things here. You got a pond. There's a big estate here, not just the castle. So you can spend some time here and really get your groups to really love it. Again, thank you so much. It's been amazing. I could sit here for hours listening to the stories that you have, and so we got to come back. That's it.
Thank you very much. It was a real pleasure to meet you today.
I'm James Shillinglaw here at Craufurdland Castle, and this is Insider Travel Report.